Y'all, Hollywood divas. These bitches, how much they getting paid to be doing this shit? Because that preview for the next episode, you were flirting with my man in the house of Jesus, and I will not allow that. Paula, sit your ass down. Okay, don't nobody want Forrest but you. Okay, two crackheads attract each other because that's exactly what y'all both look like. Y'all both look like y'all was strung out on something. He looking like a smoked blunt, and then she looking like her tea playing hopscotch and tic tac toe all together. I don't know. Skid to my Lou. Red Rover, where are you? They just not together. Bitch, get out of here with this shit. This shit is hilarious. I can't even get bad. Like, girl, it's just flirting with your husband. That's the preview for next week. But, we get this shit started. I'm sorry, y'all. We get this started. And Paula coming back home running to her husband because he ain't got shit else to do. Bitch, you ain't got no motherfucking job and y'all been in that house how long? And why is it that all y'all stuff still up in the motherfucking hefty bags? No, great value saver bags. Why are they still up in there? You ain't doing shit at home, Forrest. You could have had this shit all done and had the house hooked up, bitch. You house sitting. You the babysitter. What the fuck is you doing? Okay? This how you get your money, all right? You gotta put in to get something back, all right? Come on now. You ain't doing shit else. Let's be honest. So she telling him, so babe, look, the girls let me have it. I told them what was going on and they just were not here for it. And then Countess, I'm telling her and everybody what's going on, and she was like the only one that was here for it. Then all of a sudden, because all the other girls, expressed their differences and reasons why they don't want to do it, she kind of flip-flop. I'm like, when? The whole main thing about this thing, she started talking about Golden and not wanting to do the part because of the crackhead thing. Granted, if Golden could have did the crackhead thing, okay, that could have been something that would have broke her out. It could have been, all you had to do was, okay, when she gave that excuse talking about I'm not a crackhead. I don't know any crackheads. I don't know crack activities and all that shit that she said last week. And it's like, girl, you could have researched. It's a lot of people that do acting and stuff in roles that's never been them. People who do roles with mental illnesses. They have to go and look and research it so that it can be authentic, so it can come off authentic. That doesn't mean that they are dealing with that personally. Girl, it's called acting. You should know this shit because you went to Sarah Lawrence. You got a master. You're theater of the arts and stuff. You should know all this. Come on now. Expand your horizon. But it was just so funny. Paula went back to her husband just tricking and then saying that basically everybody got a problem with it, especially Golden, and basically that they're jealous. They're jealous of us. Of us, as in her and Forrest. Is that what God put people in your life to be jealous because they know that we're doing God's work in there. What? Come again, what? What do they have to be jealous of, bitch? You 4 months ago, for the past 4 months, bitch, you was living in a goddamn hotel. They living in a house. I, girl, okay, we gonna move on. Cute little funny scene, comedic release scene of this episode was when Countess invited Lisa Wu and Paula to go with her to the doctor, to the coochie doctor, okay? Gynecologist. Let's just put that out there, okay? And get her a little G shot, okay? Inserting some, in the G spot in a female to make the orgasm go whoosh, you know what I'm saying? And they was talking about it. I liked the little scene that they had together. That was one of the funny scenes. That was one of the scenes that was cute to me. Countess was hilarious up in that thing when she was trying to shake it on down, and her facial expressions is hilarious. When Paula tried to call Forrest about the G shot, he was like, girl, hell no. What? He go look it up for us. Okay, go do something. Make yourself useful. Lisa was like, fuck it, bitch, you feel it right now? You just had an orgasm. Fuck it. I'm finna get one. I was like, okay, that's alright. It's a little bit too much, but you go do what you do. So, Elise and Golden meet up. Yes, this is where I want to talk. Elise and Golden meets up. And Golden basically telling Elise that she feels some type of way because of the simple fact that, Elise went out, when Lisa said that, hey, I hung out with Golden, not Golden, I hung out with Elise, and Golden was feeling some type of way. And I'm sitting here like I felt just like Elise. I'm too damn grown for you to try to tell me who the fuck it is that I'm supposed to be friends with. You ain't the only person in my life right about now. And ain't no harm in trying to get to know a person, and that's all that she's doing because she had to get to know you too, Golden. All right, and I'm pretty sure you were not the only person on her friend list. All right, so bring that down. Quit being childish. Quit being bitter. Quit acting jealous. That's exactly how she was acting this whole time. And then she started bringing up the fact about Lisa, saying the stuff about, getting up there saying about her movie and that she's going to get this role and all this stuff. And she was like, it just felt like a reason for her to validate herself to us, like as if we care. If it feels like a reason that she has to validate herself to y'all, it's because you're making it that way. So therefore she has to prove. She probably is thinking these bitches, especially Gold and especially Elise, they don't give a fuck about me. They think I'm talentless. They think I'm worthless in this field or whatever. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so let me put this in their face. Hey, I'm producing this, and I'm in this acting thing. So therefore, yeah, she probably is doing it to feel validated. But the only reason why she would have to do that is because you put it out there like that. You put it out there like that. You the one that keep harping on, what the fuck Lisa is doing. I don't care what any type of excuse it is about, oh, these reality stars coming in and taking roles or whatever. Bitch, ain't nobody giving you a role because, bitch, your attitude's fucked up. Don't nobody fucking know you besides girlfriends or whatever. And this show ain't really, I don't know. Like, girl, I don't care about those excuses. If you are I did say she was feeling kind of threatened by Lisa. She's feeling some type of way that you are letting, and somebody, a couple people probably was saying that she ain't threatened by her, whatever it is about the business and all this shit. Okay, bitch, if you can't find no role, why don't you take all this hostility and animosity and feelings that you have about people just getting handed roles or whatever because of what they come from, being on reality TV, or, because they're singers and all this stuff and popular at the moment, and they can just, directors or people just want them up in their shit just because they a big name. Why don't you just take your shit and go make you a production company? Why don't you create you something? Why don't you get your ass on YouTube and create you a web series that could get picked up and get on TV? Why don't you put your energy on something like that instead of just sitting there hating on fucking Lisa for what? You focusing all your time and energy on belittling her, trying to make it look like, oh, she really ain't done shit. We probably already know that, but you ain't got to keep on focusing on that. Why are you holding all this animosity? It's just not making you look good, girl. Instead of you trying to get to know this girl and see where she come from, like Elise was trying to do, you sitting here just focusing on where she's coming from and why she here. Like, girl, what? You doing a little bit too much, and it's not even fucking needed. And now that I got that little rant, like, girl, we gotta go in on Golden all the goddamn time. Each episode, I go in on this hoe. Like, girl, I thought I was really gonna like her. Um, you know, Speaking of Lisa, she was hosting this event for this chick. I think her name is Shayna Foster or whatever. This charity event, and basically she goes to Africa every other month or whatever to send some aid down and stuff like that. I was like, I think that's a good idea, and it was a lot of people there. A lot of B-list, C-list African American actresses or whatever and actors, that be on these straight to DVD movies or these plays or whatever or these BT shows. But the fact of the matter is they still working, okay? And we still see them. We may not know them by name, but we know them by face. We like, there go Pinky right there. There go Pinky. There go Lisa Ray. His name Clifton Powell. There go them. There go so-and-so. We know them because even though we don't see them on a big screen, we still see them somewhere. And they ain't sitting around here complaining about shit. I'm just saying. So Elise showed up, and they talked, and they was cool and all this shit. I forget what they was talking about. Charlotte put it in the comments or whatever. But, that's fine. Moving on from that, it's Elise. If I forget some stuff, please just put it down in the comments. It's just a lapse in memory and all that shit right about now. Cause let me tell you something. Actually, when I was feeling cheap today, so I went and got some Moscato. You know, wine cooler, whatever. I drank half of it, so therefore there you go. Anyway, like it was a big ass bottle. I drank half of it. So it was like a little halfway tipsy, whatever. So, don't judge me. I was just feeling a little cheap, so that's what I got. If I really wanted to go out, I would have really got something, something more. But no, it's just not like that tonight. I don't need to do all that. But it's Elise little sorted flavor, event the next day. Well, this day. And she's getting ready. The girls rehearsing and all that stuff. She's getting everything set up at the club. She's getting her hair, her makeup. She gets this phone call from Golden. I didn't understand this. I really did not understand this. It just felt like Golden was trying to pull the sympathy, empathy card from people when she was on that phone. Girl, look, I am just having a day, I'm just so stressed out. No, I said I'm going to come. Dakota, she's been throwing up. I don't know what's going on. You don't have to come. No, worry about your daughter. That's what's the priority right now, okay? Make sure she's all good. No. I always come through when I say I'm going to do something. I don't cancel. This is what I'm going to do. But I just wanted to know because I'm a single mother. And, it's just, I'm doing everything by myself. And it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I was just sitting here like, so you called her while she's getting prepared for her show to vent, to say that you're a single mother and it's just a lot and you're just having one of those days. But I'm still going to come through and rock it. You could have bypassed all that and skipped that whole conversation and just called her and said, girl, look, don't worry, I'm going through a little shit right quick, but, I'm getting handled, and I'll be there in a few minutes. Don't worry, I'm going to still be there. Or you could just be like, girl, I'll be there in a little bit, okay? So don't worry, you ain't got to worry about that. You ain't had to give all that shit. I was like, I just did not understand the point of that. And I would have been just like Elise on that phone, like, bitch, I got to go. That's what it was like, so what you calling me for? Are you going to come or not? You coming? Okay, fine. I'll see you when you get here. Hang the fuck up. Whatever. Paula fucking Jack. Sitting in that goddamn living room. She ain't even got a real boudoir, okay? Trying to put her shit on and talking shit with her husband about them. Paula and her shady assness. Bitch, I was laughing so fucking hard at Paula every time she spoke on Elise and them. Because, Elise did kind of bring up the fact that she think it's something Paula got against Golden because she always coming down so hard on Golden. Okay, we gonna see what that is. Paula was sitting there just talking shit about the whole thing. Guess what? So she invited Golden to be a part of the damn dance troupe and then had Countess the host. She ain't even invite me. She ain't asked me to do nothing. What, babe? She ain't asked you to do nothing? That's crazy. I thought they was grown women. It was like, you think it's going to be good without you? Nothing's going to be good without me. It never is. You want to know why? Because I'm crazy. I was just sitting here like, yeah, bitch, you crazy. You crazy as fuck. All right, to think that this shit is all about you. And, girl, I was just like, Paula, what the fuck? And Ford was just playing along. He got to play into it. Because that's the only way he get his money and his allowance or whatever. He don't want a deductible and all that shit. So he's just going to play into her little ego. And I was like, I guess, girl. Go ahead and play your yes man role. Then this bitch finally get there. She finally get there. I don't know what the fuck century. She was 1920s flappers mixed with something else that she was trying to go. I don't know what she was doing, but okay, I guess. And she was like, bitch, I wasn't invited to do anything. You got Golden up there dancing and Countess hosting shit, bitch. I wasn't even invited. And the only reason why I'm showing up is because it's free. Now, I agree with bitch. I would have showed up because it was free too. Free drinks and all that shit. Free entry. I just got to here. Okay, hey, as long as it's on the house, I don't give a fuck, But, Countess a little nervous because she got to host it and got to introduce, but it really, maybe from what they probably edited out, she ain't really doing nothing but introduce one of the girls up there. But they sitting down It's Countess, Lisa, and Paula. They talking. Paula was talking so much shit in the confessionals about not Golden, but at least she talking about the turnout. She talking about how it looked. She was like, "Girl, please look at those moves. Them moves look kind of dated. Shit looks so inappropriate. What she think she got on? Now, I'm so glad I wasn't a part of this because it looks like nobody is into all this shit. And girl, what the fuck was that? Okay, she was talking all this shit, but she was being funny up there clapping so hard when they was up on that stage and shit. Now, don't get me wrong. I really wasn't into what Elise was doing. Maybe if they would have actually played the music that she was dancing to within the show, it would have been fine or whatever. But they didn't. They had the editing dubbed over the music or whatever, so it just kind of threw me off. But she was dancing hard. She had her ass up and everything, and I was like, Golden sitting down there with y'all. When the fuck she gonna get up there and discuss or get her ass on the stage? I was confused about that. But then after she did that 1-2 number, Golden went in the back, and I was like, oh, Golden going on the stage. Let's see what this is. She went up there for one little number. After Countess, I was like, oh, Countess, please don't fall, girl. Don't fall. Don't fall, because she was inching in them wedges. I was like, please, girl, don't fall. Because I know how that is when you drunk. You nervous, so you drink to kind of calm your nerves a little bit, but then you drink and make you tipsy and shit, and you lose your balance, and all it takes is one look. You don't even got to trip. Your mind just psych itself out thinking that you're going to trip and you're not about to, and therefore you trip. And I was just like, damn, Countess, don't. She was stepping up on the steps. I said, oh. Okay, she did it. So the girl get up there doing a little, shit on the pole. I was like, okay, mad respect for motherfuckers that can do that shit. It's intriguing. It's interesting. A lot of upper body strength. Your legs are strong as fuck, bitch. But after that, Golden come on out on the stage. They was like, where the fuck is Golden? Because 3 girls came out, and then Golden just came out of nowhere, and she doing her little 1-2 step. As Lisa said, she did her 1-2 step and all that shit. And after it was over with, Elise was like, I want y'all to give it up for my hostess, the very beautiful, the very sexy, the very enticing, the very sexy in her own right. I said, hold up. Hold up. Come again, miss. You didn't even have to put that in there. They be just doing Countess so wrong, and she is just the nicest person on this whole cast. Like, what are y'all doing? Okay, these little slick ass comments gotta fucking stop. When they first got there and Golden got there, Countess was looking cute up in what she had on. She was like, you could still be look cute at all sizes. I said, I know that's right, bitch, because some big girls be dressing their asses off. I was like, I can't stand a sloppy big bitch. It just makes us all look bad. But she was like, Golden was like, bitch, you got your shaper on? You got the shaper on? You could have kept that shit to yourself too, bitch. Everything you think don't need to come out your mouth. Okay, just you think it and keep it in your head. All right, don't speak it aloud. But after that, here go Lisa. This is the only thing that I was not here for Lisa. This is when I started, saying, Lisa, girl, shut the fuck up because you trying to act like Golden at this moment, being messy. And I'm saying, this is how. Lisa was like, they did good, but she didn't even introduce Golden. Like, if that was me and I got up there and did my little 1-2 steps, I would have felt some type of way if I wasn't introduced. So when they come back, they trying to congratulate, and then Lisa sneaked that in too. I was like, Lisa, shut up. Elise was like, it ain't no big deal. Okay, I forgot. If I did, I did. Golden didn't even know. It really wasn't that big of a deal. So Elise was like, I ain't got time for this. Let me nip this shit in the bud. She get back up there and she was like, I forgot, as it was brought to my attention by some of my my girls, I forgot to introduce Golden. So there you go, Golden. My apologies. And I was like, okay, I wouldn't have went back up there and introduced her to prove no goddamn point, but she better than me. I would have just let the shit go, but I understood why she did. I was like, that was real petty. That was real petty, Lisa. It really was. And she did the most pettiest shit this whole episode. At the end. And they was all sitting down and it was like, we should, at least like we all should be this unity. This is what we should be doing, supporting each other. And Lisa's like, yeah, encouraging one another when we get our stuff and all this shit. They was like, yeah. So Maya go, what's her name? What's her goddamn name? Golden go do a self-test. A self-test or a self-take or whatever the fuck. You know, what she's reading in, in character. Audition tape, basically. She was like, so I went on ahead and did it, even though it's like, if you know me, why do I need to do it? Bitch, obviously they don't know you. And Elise was supposed to be there, and she showed up, and, Golden was already done. They had a little kumbaya session in the parking lot. My bad, y'all, sorry. And, talking about the whole thing about the, oh, you didn't introduce her, and how they felt about that. We already get it. Fine, whatever. Moving on to the last part, when they all come together, they bringing in the writers that they knew, and Lisa automatically brings up this Instagram photo of Golden and Elise at Elise event, and Elise named the caption in it saying that that's her fave and all this stuff and yada 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 out of her cast members or some shit like that. Countess said yes, she saw it, she did feel the type of way, but whatever, she didn't make a big deal about it. They was like, okay, don't bring it up until afterwards, because that's not what we're here for. Let's get the business out the way. So they listened to all these writers and all this shit. You got the Lisa brought in a dude that wrote on Jamie Foxx and Girlfriends and all this shit. A couple of web series people, popular web series people, and all this shit. Whatever. And then Paula was like, okay. That was like, pitch me a line so I can, tell you what it is. She go up there and read the whole damn plot twist and everything. So she didn't give a synopsis. She gave the whole fucking dissertation of what was going on, okay? And I was just like, Countess' face the whole time was like, the fuck? And so the person that comes in for her was Forrest. And I said, this motherfucker, why did I not? I knew it was going to be him. And at first, he was trying to talk, but Paula kept on interrupting. They asking him questions, and then they was like, let him talk. It was like, if you got a man, you would know that you always speak for your man, because they don't know how to speak. They don't know nothing. I was like, Paula, shut the fuck up, because you are not, if you keep on speaking for him, even if he probably good at what he do, they ain't gonna see it, because all they seeing is this favoritism and nepotism or whatever you want to call it, because he your husband and you trying to control everything. And that was the whole reason why they was mad, because they was mad at the fact that they were coming together to be a collaborative effort, and you went on ahead and wrote that script. They wasn't hating on you for writing the script. It's just that that wasn't what was set out or put out there. They thought they was going to do it together. You went on ahead and did the whole thing by yourself. Okay? But he said what he had to say, and they was feeling it a little bit. He leaves, and here come Lisa, bringing this damn Instagram photo up again. And Alyssa was like, bitch, this is a work environment. We about work. This ain't work. Okay? Fuck this. She was like, but you talking about unity? She was like, this is work. We talk about work here. This don't have nothing to do with that. And I agree. Lisa, you was doing too much being petty at that moment. Real petty and childish. But y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. And I'll see y'all later. Peace. I gotta get my hair done. So which would be Friday morning, thank God. So the video may be up tomorrow. The mashup, Walking Dead, Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, and American Horror Story, or maybe up Friday morning after I get my hair done. Whichever one I feel like, cause this shit gotta go, as y'all see. But baby, all this new growth. But I'll see y'all later.